Detroit Nom. Have a sip of tea. Good morning. Good morning, Detroit Mushlabians. Good morning, Mushlabians. Good morning, all. Um, a couple of quickies this morning. Okay. Uh, why why do why do horses why do horses have low divorce rates? Have you ever noticed that? A divorce, I mean, horses just don't get divorced. Why is that? What? Oh, Herbie, knock it off. You're sounding like you're in Australia. Why do horses have a low divorce rate? Because the female's a nag. No. No, they're not. No, they're horse. No, not because they horse around. No, nags. No, leave the girls alone. They're wonderful. No. The real reason, the real reason is because they like to have stable relationships. Get it? Get it? Womp womp. Stable relationships. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, yeah, I got you. Oh. Okay. How's that one? Horses do not get divorced because they like to have stable relationships. Stop with blaming the nags. Okay, good morning, everybody. Okay, let's do another one. Mike Barabal sent me a couple. These are just jokes. Just let's do a quickie. Stop it, Herbie. Okay, you guys ready for another quickie? Stop it, Herbie. Who wants another quick joke? Let's be specific, Herbie. You guys ready? Let's do another one. All right? This isn't for a prize or anything. This is just to get you laughing, just to get you going. What falls but never needs a bandage? I mean, it falls all the time, falls everywhere, but it doesn't need a bandage. What could that possibly be? What falls? And it's not Herbie's underwear. What falls and never needs a bandage? Billy D, be more specific. B. Hendricks in Vegas. You guys are the brilliant ones here. Rain. Rain falls and it never needs a bandage. Here's one for you. Actually, this is going to get somebody on the board. This is going to get somebody on the board. Okay? This one, this spot right here still needs to be filled. That one spot. So let's get somebody on the board. You guys ready? Good morning. Good morning. Let's get somebody on the final spin spot. You guys ready for this one? Mike Barabal sent this in to me, and I think it's hilarious. Mike, let's see, are you already on the board? I'm sorry, Mike, you can't answer this one just to get on the board. Sorry, pal. Okay, you ready? This is going to be a good one. Why did the egg hide? Why did the egg hide? Please tell me. Why did the egg hide? He was about to crack. He thought it was a yolk. No, 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 no. So far, nobody could tell me why. Why did the egg hide? It didn't want to be scrambled. No, 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 no. You guys are all violent this morning. No, no, no. What's the real reason? Why? Why did it? Paige got it correct. Paige! Paige, we've sent you something this week. I can't put you on the board. Pick somebody to win for you. Paige, pick somebody for your spot. Peg got it correct. The answer is because he was a little chicken. Somebody said he was a chicken, but that wasn't good enough. It was a little chicken is in the egg, right? Not a full chicken. So we were looking for little chicken. That's the one we got. Why did the egg hide? Because it was a little chicken. Paige, who are you going to put on the board? Paige, who are you putting on the board? You tell us. Because I'll be nice to Paige right now. She has a space to give. She has a space to give away. She has a space cowboy that she wants to give away. What are you going to do with that space, Paigey? Because I'm getting ready to spin. We're going to get the whole thing started. Oh, Alan, go kiss Paige's you know what, huh? Which one? Who's Paige going to put on there? She said JCE. No, 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 no. Let me see her say it, JCE. Everybody's saying good morning to Paige all of a sudden. Okay? Everyone's giving it to Paige. Why? All right. What are we doing here? Paige? Are we lagging? Good morning, everyone. Paige, I've got my pen ready to write on there. Who is going on? Oh, jeez. She'll decide. I'm getting ready. I'm trying to spin. I wanted to spin this situational. Okay, Paige has the power. She picked a Niffer, did she? Did she, Carlotta? Is that true? Niffer Mama? Is Niffer already on there? Niffer wrote us the nicest note yesterday. Should I read that note? Should I read the note? Lagging, and your pants are dragging. Paige, is that true? Did you pick Niffer Mama? Thank you, Paigey. We got you. It's just a matter of sometimes the signals are slower. Nipper Mama. That reminds me, before we do a spin, now we're going to do a spin. Paige, thank you. Thank you for being smart and generous here. And I mean that sincerely. Thank you. Let me read something. Now that she's mentioning this. Did this come from Paige yesterday? Sure did. Not Paige, I'm sorry, Niffer Mama. You guys ready for this? You guys know that Niffer Mama and Clean Grow hang out together. I'm gonna assume that they're husband and wife. This can I give me 5 people that want to hear what Niffer wrote? And now she's on the board too. Life is funny that way, Niff. You didn't know you were going to be on the board. Who wants to hear this? It's pretty neat. Because we're experiencing growth. That is the funnest thing. I mean, fun's not even the right word. It's like, it's spiritual. Let's check this out. She wrote to us yesterday. Good morning, Pops. I'm so glad to see you are feeling better this week. Yes, I am. Thank you so much for the much anticipated Pops box. I gave the freebie 10-pack to my stepson, because he wants to quit smoking. We could stop right there and it's a perfect email. We don't even need to hear anything else. We're sharing. We're helping people heal. He wants to quit smoking When we win, we try to share the love if we can. We want to spread the word on how amazing and life-changing mushrooms can be. Clean Grow and I can't wait to meet you and Brock in October. I'm assuming you will be at the Mushfest. I certainly hope so. I have a little news on the Mushfest here in a moment. Thanks again for all that you do. Cleany has been highly motivated since he found you. He's building a mushroom cellar. That's right. Cleany is starting a mushroom cellar. He's been helping some of the people in our life. For example, a friend who recently lost his wife and a lifelong companion, and our nephew who struggles with a drug addiction. We would not be in this position to help these people if it wasn't for you and the wonderful ripples that you create. I'm looking forward to tea tomorrow morning. See you there. Nifra Mama. Those are my pals. I love you guys. Thank you. I didn't even plan on reading that until they got your name on the board, Nif. I was just going to leave that between us. Look at the stuff you kids are doing out there. Keep on helping everybody in your life the best that you possibly can. And you know where all you have to do is give from your excess. Don't give from the basics. Take care of yourself and your family first. But I can guarantee you have excess. I can guarantee there's 10% sitting around somewhere that is excess. Let's do a quickie. Clean Grow is a great guy, isn't he? Cleany and Nippy. And then there's a Niffer baby out there somewhere. Okay? I know this. You know what we're going to give away this week? Well, let's just do it. Here we go. First spin of the week. First spin. We have Healthy Green. We have Free the Ancient One. We have Kim the Golden Bolden. We have Jonathan K. We have Micro Groove. We have I Losty. We have Grady. We have Derek Anderson. We have Cleany. Oh, Cleany's on here. And Nippy's on here. Look at that. Double the chance to be givers. Justin OK Medrosi and Isaac Cavazos. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to spin. You have about 30 seconds to answer that you're here so I can show you what you won. Okay, here we go. Kimberly, the Golden Bolden has just won, and we're super glad to hear that. Kim, you know what you've won? You know what the first big prize of today? It's actually going to be the big prize all day. You're going to get a Detroit Mush Lab hat. You have, Kim, let me show you something. When you send me your address, you're getting a Detroit Mush Lab hat, and you're getting an eighth, there's almost 4 grams of Ghost. Detroit Mush Lab hat and a Ghost, a real nice package of freshy Ghosts. When you send me your order for the hat or your address for the hat, you can pick a different color because I'm ordering it, boop, it'll be at your house in about 3 to 4 days. Now you can pick a different color on your font. I'm going to keep the same style font because that's the Detroit Mush Lab font. But if you want to, you can change this color on this font to white and or it looks like silver. Okay? Kim's saying no other color. She loves the black. Kim, that's going to be the first prize of today. Okay? We wear the heck out of this thing going fishing and everything. It's getting famous around here. People are, oh, that's that Detroit Mush Lab guy. Okay? So this hat right here, Kim And this right here, this beautiful package of Ghosty McGhosties, those are going to go out to you. Please send us your address at the Detroit Mush Lab. It actually says the Detroit Mush Lab.net. Okay? That hat will be on the site this weekend where you can go and put in an order for it. We don't make any money off of it at all. We're going to go straight to Amazon, order it off of Amazon with your address. So, boop, Amazon's just going to, it won't send it to me, then I turn around and send it to you. Dumb. We're just going to get it sent straight to you. So if you in the future decide you want a Detroit Mush Lab hat, you're going to, I'm glad you like it, Kim. We're looking to be just a little different this week. And the hat, it's a value between the cost of the hat, which is 21 bucks or something on Amazon, already labeled or embroidered. It's a pretty good deal. It's the best deal we could find. So for 25 bucks, that's what it's going to cost off of Amazon. We're not making a dime. Amazon's making it all. We just want to get the hat out there. We want you guys to be our commercial, okay? So we're going to get that hat to you and this, and we're giving 2 more away today. We're going to give a total of 3 away today, okay? 3 hats coming at you from the DetroitMushLab.net. So that'll be part of the Big Spin Big Prize today. Kim, send me an address. From here, we'll send out the bag of fruit. And from Amazon, they'll send you the hat. And I think the coolest thing in the world would be is if we showed up at Mushfest in October, and there were a ton of us wearing these. Speaking of Mushfest, is Shy Introvert here this morning? Corey, my good friend Corey. Is Shy here? You guys are not ready for this, okay? Thanks, Kim. You guys are not ready for this. If Shy Introvert was here this morning, he sent me this yesterday. You guys know, I don't see him either, but that's okay. You guys know that we're in the Mushfests, the last, besides the one that Kim and Mike put on, which sounded like they had a great one in Colorado. The last 2, has it been 3? The last few have been in Tennessee in the Gatlinburg area. We were either in Pigeon Forge or we were in Gatlinburg. I knew very little about those areas until going there. Fell in love with that area of our country. Tennessee is really a neat state, other than they're a little conservative. But what a neat area. And they're set up, they are completely set up to be tourist towns. You know, Gatlinburg and then Pigeon Forge. Anyways, it also seems central enough that works out to be a good place to hold our Mushfests from. I didn't know anything too much about the area. Just didn't. It's like not knowing about, where's that place in Missouri? Branson? Like Branson, Missouri. I don't know anything about that place till I visit someday. All of that to say, our next Mushfest is going to be in the Gatlinburg / Pigeon Forge area. Carlotta is already working out our area. Okay. Watch this. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, you guys ready? Okay. So, Shy Introvert sent me this yesterday. Pay attention. I want you guys to pay attention, please.
Do you know that not everyone takes their vacation by the sea? Some people go to this place called Gatlinburg, which is like a vacation town for mountain people who collect shot glasses and marry their cousins. I said to my sister, let's go find me a
Mountain
sixth husband.
people.
So we get there, and it's what I would imagine the redneck Riviera would be, just without a Riviera. First things first, we go to putt-putt. golf for the poors, and I get an airbrushed fanny pack that says, slap my fanny. Then we go to Pigeon Forge, which I thought would be like a bird sanctuary, but it's actually a Dolly Parton theme park for people that have at least 14 children. We had the night off with a little dinner theater at the Dixie Stampede, which is for people who love the Confederate flag and big sloppy plates of chicken. It was terrifying. I did not find a husband, but I did get chased by a bear. Did you know that not everyone takes their vacation by the sea? Some people go to this place called Gatlinburg.
Okay, well, I'll
which is
run
like
through it
a
one more time.
vacation town for mountain people who collect
Mountain
glasses
people?
and marry their husbands.
Sandy?
I said to myself, let's go find me a
Sloppy
husband.
chicken.
So we get there, and it's what I would imagine the redneck Riviera would be, just without a Riviera. First things first, we go to putt-putt. Golf for the
Go to
poors, and
putt-putt.
I get an airbrushed fanny pack that says, slap my fanny. Then we go to Pigeon Forge, which I thought would be like a bird sanctuary, but it's actually a Dolly Parton theme park for people that have at least 14 children. We had the night off with a little dinner theater at the Dixie Stampede, which is for people who love the Confederate flag and big sloppy plates of chicken. It was terrifying. I did not find a husband, but I did
not
get
find a
chased
husband.
by a bear. Did you know that not
All right, all right.
takes their vacation?
Okay. Oh, geez, I'm dying here. I got tears coming out of my eyes. Corey sent me that. Bill, that's a wealthy woman. That's what she's supposed to be. Man, is that going to be fun? I got that here. I got that fanny pack last April, Kim says. Oh, gosh, I can't wait to see you guys there. Let's go get chased by bears. Our last visit, a bear went across the dock. Okay? Give me 5 people that thought that was funny as hell. Funny AF. Oh, come on, give me 5 people. Funny AF. I just sent that to Sandy this morning just to bomb him. And then here, that is funny. Corey, you're not here this morning. You get all the credit for that one. That is funny. You're a funny dude. Okay, just to find that is hilarious. Okay, let's do this. Funny AF. Eggs, you know, you've been there. Eggs is like, it's exactly what it's like, you guys. Okay? Mom's is like, the chicken was good, though. I mean, it was sloppy, but it was good. Their chicken in Tennessee is out of this world, okay? That is out of this world stuff. I want to tell you guys one of the creepiest things I've ever heard of in my life. In the UK, you know what they did? They created a robot butt. You would think, if you had robot technology, you would think of other things to make besides a butt. They created a robot butt. Well, what possibly could they be using that for, Pops? Oh, maybe they're teaching proctology with it. You can practice on a robot butt instead of the real thing. Butt doctors. Butt doctors get a practice on the robot butt instead of the real thing. Pops, are you making this up? In the UK, a robotic rectum has been created by researchers for proctologists to practice their physical exams. Thank God they practice. Who freaking knew that they were practicing? Oh, I can't wait. Put these gloves on practice day. I love practice. It allows medical professions to learn without the use of real life, wait for it, volunteers. How many people out there have volunteered? I'd like to be a proctologist volunteer, please. Let's go ahead and hit it a few times. Practice. It's actually one of the smartest robots they've ever made. How about this? When you die, you want to become a tree? I love trees. The older I've gotten and the more be nature guy I've become, I love trees. I think trees are very misunderstood. I can't go the speed of a tree, though. Can you imagine how slow they are? They must look down at us, go, we're like just flying by at 1,000,000 miles an hour. And they're just like, I'll put out a leaf next month. I'll shoot maybe a leaf out somewhere next month. Trees have figured out how to take it easy. They're not in a hurry, that's for sure. There aren't that many trees that are racing down the road trying to beat you to the red light. You know what I mean? Nudging you out of the way so they can get to the Black Friday sale before you do. Imagine turning into a tree when you die. The BIOS Incube is an invention created by BIOS Urn. It's a type of incubator that monitors and cultivates trees from human ashes in people's homes. So instead of keeping your departed loved ones in an urn on the fireplace mantle, now you can keep them in the form of a tree. Mine would be called the pop tree. Brock's working on getting one, setting it up. Where's the pop tree? It's right over there, man. It's next to the urn. Microwaves. We all kind of know that microwave came from technology that was used by the military originally. Am I right? Originally, a lot of our technology either comes from space research or military, unfortunately, weapon research. The microwave is one of those that came from that. What was it originally called? It wasn't called a microwave oven. It's not what it was called. It was called a radar range. Radar range. It's almost better sounding than a microwave. It was called a radar range. That was the name originally given to microwaves, ovens. The invention is generally credited to an American engineer by the name of Perry Spencer, who created it after World War II from radar technology that was developed during the war. The first radar range was sold in 1946. D. Anderson, I would think we should go back to calling it the radar range. Capital punishment. It's a weird concept, capital punishment, because I've gone through my life where there's been times I'm pro capital punishment, kill them because they're bad and it'll send a message. And there's other times I'm like, why would a human kill another human for killing a human? And et cetera, et cetera. I still haven't figured out capital punishment in my own ethical mind. I haven't figured it out. I don't know if I'm pro. I don't know if I'm con. I don't know if my opinion on it matters. I do think it's kind of a bummer that we spend so much money keeping some of these crazy people in jail that we know will never get better. And you know how much money we spend in taxes and all that business on all that business. Woo-wee. But can you imagine, who was the guy that sat around and said, you know what we ought to do to kill these people off? This hanging thing's like, it's not looking that, the twitching, the way they hang and stuff, that's tough. We can't do the guillotine because the French they picked that one first. Let's come up with another way to off people. So you would think that the generator, the electric chair guy, the guy that created the electric chair to kill us off, kill the bad guys off, he had to be kind of a mad scientist, huh? How much research did he do? How much planning did he put into the whole thing? How many years of research and was he obsessed by the idea of we got to kill people? No. The dude was a dentist. Mr. Electric Chair. Kind of makes sense right there, right? Coming at you with the drill. Mr. Electric Chair creator was a dentist. In 1881, dentist Alfred Southwick witnessed a weird accident when an intoxicated man died after he accidentally touched a live generator terminal. From that, he got the idea of the electric chair. Dentist chair, electric generator. This guy wasn't far removed. He was probably thinking about electrifying just about everybody in his chairs from then on. I don't know. I don't want to go to. I don't want to go to that dentist. Final thing. How amazing would it be? You know how there's wind farms? You know what a wind farm's called? Where they have just tons of wind turbines stacked in areas that is known to be windy. And then we'll grab that wind and harness it and turn it into electric power, usually storing it up in batteries and then using it as electricity. We have one of these huge, huge ones in Palm Springs, California. It's a big, huge wind farm. I often wonder, like, how effective are they? But wind, let's be honest, either wind or solar power is going to be a lot better than anything that we're looking at for fossil fuel. It's got to be, because it's nature. We're harnessing nature's power and converting it into usable power. Oklahoma has a lot of them, Justin. Has a lot of wind farms. And then what do? Do they sell that electricity to the local neighbors? Or to the local residents? What do? Imagine how much wind is created by, let's say, a typhoon. Can you imagine if there was a typhoon's worth of wind? A typhoon's worth of wind. And we could grab it all and harness it. Ridiculous. Nobody could do that. That's ridiculous. You couldn't possibly do something like that. Oh, yeah? You haven't been in Japan lately. In Japan, a Typhoon turbine has been developed by inventor Atsushi Shimizu. It can withstand typhoon force winds and convert it into energy for electricity. In fact, one typhoon could power all of Japan for 50 years. What? We should be farming some of these hurricanes and typhoons. Kimberly, you should know that one, right? I mean, not should know it, but that's physics right there. Can you imagine that? They already are developing the Typhoon turbine. And when next typhoon that blows through here, and it's going to take out a couple of villages, we know that, but we're going to save up enough electricity to rebuild and everything else. Woo-wee. That is some crazy stuff right there. Let's do a spin, and then we're going to get to class. We got to get to mycology class. You guys ready? Let's do another spin. Notice Kimberly's name is no longer on the board. Bye, Kim. Bye, Kim. I'll tell you what. Should we get another person's name on there, or should we just go? We're going. We're going for 11 now. Here we go. Free, 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 the ancient one. Have you guys seen Free here this morning? Wait a minute. I haven't seen Free here this morning. Is Free here? Is Free here? Is Kerry Crago here? Somebody go find Free. He's got about 30 seconds. He's here, Sandy? Free, you here? Free, help me out. Free, the ancient one, is right there. I see him on my screen. Good morning, Free. Oh, he already wrote to me this morning. Duh. Of course he's here. Good morning, Free. Free, I'm sending you a hat for free. And I'm going to send you an eighth of ghosts for free. All I want you to do is tell me for free which color do you want the Mush Lab to be on the hat. So send me your address. Send that address in so I can send you the package and I can get a hat made and sent to you ASAP. By next Friday, you'll be the coolest guy on your job sites. Okay? And you have to decide, do you want black or do you want white or do you want silver on the text? All right? So that was a quick one, but these are big packages because we're giving away an eighth and we're giving away a hat. It's somewhere in the value of about a $50 gift right there. Free's going to go with the blackie. Sounds good. So, you know what I mean? So if we're giving away 3 of those, that's about $150 worth of packages today because we want you guys to have a good time. I'm going to give away one more thing at the very, very end of today. So hang in there. If your name's not on the wheel, you still have a chance to win today. Okay? Just because your name's not on the wheel doesn't mean that you don't have a chance to win. There's still one more thing going on. Let's do a little bit of class. Let's get back to class. Can you guys believe that on Monday, I ordered those bags? It might have been Sunday. I ordered the bags from outgrow.com. I feel like I'm there giving a commercial for them. But how could you not when you get this kind of service? I ordered a dozen bags from outgrow.com. It was either late Sunday or first thing Monday morning. They came in the mail yesterday. Oh, wow, it's going to take forever. I can't possibly. If you ordered your syringe of liquid culture and you ordered your bag, 1 week, you'd be ready to go. This stuff's coming that fast now. My bags got here like that. Okay? And the timing couldn't be more perfect because we were just now going to talk about inoculating. That was the next step that we're going to talk about, is how to inoculate a jar with syringe and or, in this case, a bag. Since we have a bag to use as a perfect example here. So, if we're inoculating a jar, this is what we do. These are the steps that we take. Before starting, make sure that you're using sterile techniques and that your work areas are very clean. It's best to use a laminar flow hood or a still air box if you can. Wear rubber gloves and make sure your packaging is sealed before using. In other words, don't go using something that's already been opened that has a very good chance of having been exposed to contamination. Now doing all of this work you're going to do, and you're like, I don't know, they look like there was a leak in the bag, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. Don't waste your time. Spend your time on preferred and correct methods with stuff that's already come to you sealed and that you feel like you can trust. So, first thing you're going to do Let me grab my jar. We have two different kinds of lids that we usually see on a jar. We have a fancy Dan lid, and we have a, anybody can have these lids, okay? All you need for a lid for these jars, you don't need this big fancy guy. It's nice, I like it, I use it. Almost every jar I have has one, but that's my obsession. The reality is this is really all you need. I like the plastic because they last for a good year. Eventually though, you'll find after PC, these actually start to leak. Believe it or not. After about a year, I end up throwing a batch of jar lids away because of the contraction, expansion while they've been cooking, cooling, etc. They'll start leaking. They'll lose their air tightness. When we are using a jar that has this kind of a lid to it, just a regular canning lid with a seal around it, these work great too, but eventually, and not long, they get rusty. And I tend to not want to use one that's rusty, even though, let's be honest, if you've sterilized it and it's all gone through a sterilized procedure, it's more about looks than it's really rusty. But you can also buy replacement lids like this. Jars, keep your jars, but whenever you feel like it, boop, get rid of your lids and you can get new lids, okay? If you do get new lids, just a regular canning lid, all you need to do is put a hole right in the center. They used to teach it like this. Back in the day, they put 4 holes in. There was one, they did them like 1, 2, 3, 4. Unnecessary. All you need is one hole. All we do here is I literally take a nail. This is still sitting on the jar. I'm gonna take a nice thick nail with my, boop, put a hammer nail right through the center. That's what it looks like. That's all the bigger that the hole needed to be. And this lid right here is now gonna suffice if I get micropore tape, and I use micropore tape as my filter, okay? This is working, this micropore tape with this hole is working the same way as this filter is, okay? And you'll notice at the end of the day that this hole is about twice as big, but you're putting a lot more filter in that hole. And these filters right here are both reusable, if you clean them and sterilize them, or they're also replaceable. Okay, now when I'm inoculating with either one of these, this one right here is what they call a self-healing port. So when I poke that with my needle and I take it out, the rubber that it's made of seals back up and there's no longer a hole there. Here's a known fact. Eventually, if you use a lid too often, eventually, even your self-healing port, those holes or those spots, they become open and they don't close all the way. So every once in a while, don't hesitate. You can get yourself new self-healing ports, a bag of these, and you can replace these, your self-healing ports. So this thing has a lot of reusability to it, but it still has its own lifespan. This one right here, now, if I am going to inoculate my jar with this, I go through the self-healing port. When I take it out, it's self-healed. If I'm going to use this jar here with this lid, I have a piece of micropore tape sitting right next to in my workspace, ready. It's prepped, it's sitting there. And the second I take my needle out, I take my tape and I cover up that injection hole. Is it okay to have it double filtered? One filter already on there, and then I'm gonna put another filter over the top of the injection hole? The answer is yes. This amount of hole right here, that filter, will still do enough gas exchange that this kind of a lid works almost as effectively as this kind of lid. Which lid's better? This one. Does this one work great? Yep. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to think, oh, if I don't have the right lid, then I can't possibly do this. Bad thinking. Okay, nothing is elite about this. What we're going to do, if we're going to inoculate this, the first thing we do is we use our ISO spray, 70% ISO spray. Why do we use a 70% ISO instead of a 90 plus? They have that out there. 70% ISO spray means 70% of it is the isopropyl alcohol and 30% of it is water. I used to think if I could get the stronger stuff, it would work better and it would work faster. It's not how it works. There's cell structures of the bacteria that we're trying to kill. Okay? If we use anything that's greater than 70% and we go to squirt it on here to clean it, it evaporates faster than it's killing the cells that are on there you're trying to kill. So the 70% solution allows for just enough time for the water and the mixture of the isopropyl to sit there for long enough to when it's evaporated and or wiped off, you've killed the cells. If you try to go faster, that's not the right move here. Okay? 70% ISO spray. So we're gonna, and it's already pre-mixed. You can buy it at every CVS, you could buy it at the grocery store in the medical aisle. 70% rubbing alcohol. We're gonna take that, we're gonna have our gloves on, and we're gonna spray this and we're gonna wipe our hands down with this. We'll let it evaporate just a little bit. We're gonna take our syringe package, which has a needle. These are already sterilized. Matter of fact, Monday Brock's here. Tuesday, I will actually do this right here on this table in front of you without a still air box, without a laminar air flow hood. And I'll show you, we can inoculate this stuff. If we're clean, fast, and good with our procedures, you don't even need a spray booth right now. A laminar air booth. I mixing my two up. A still air booth and a laminar flow hood. At this point right now, it's basically the same thing as if you were doing Uncle Ben's tech. Okay? So you're gonna see. We're gonna open this syringe pack. I only open it just enough to where I can take my syringe and just attach to the end of that and lock it. Now let's remember that inside this, it's already covered and sterilized. The syringe. For us, we probably still want to do we're gonna do just a little bit more. We're gonna attach our syringe to the end of that. We're gonna pull this cap off and we're gonna flame the end of this with the butane torch. I'd like to see you use something in the butane gases because it doesn't leave a soot on the needle. After you've done that, after your needle is on and you flamed it, you'll let it cool off just a little bit. It doesn't have to cool off that much. Here's where you want it cool. Why does it have to cool? Because if I'm going to inject my liquids through this needle, it'll kill all of the active cells if this needle's still too hot. So I want my needle to be cooler by the time my liquid's ready to go through it. But here's a trick. It's not like you have to sit there and wait for it to cool. Because if you do, you've just sort of wasted the time that you spent heating it. Okay? So what we're going to end up doing there, pretty much this is what I do. Right after I've heated it, I'll wait 3 or 4 seconds. I'll stick it in my port. Now I let it cool. It's cooling inside the sterilized jar already. So I can let it sit there for another 5 seconds or so while it's still sitting in the jar before I actually press the dispenser and shoot out some of the liquid. Okay? This is another small trick that we do here. If I'm injecting into a jar, I like to do this. For every pound of grain, I'm adding between 2 to 3 cc's. A jar this size is only a quart, it's half of that. So if I'm injecting into this, I only want 1 to 2 cc's of liquid to go in here. Okay? No, it doesn't make the rubber melt or anything. The self-healing, it's fascinating in that the heat doesn't hurt it like that. So now, when I inoculate this jar, I tend to do this when I'm inoculating a jar of grain. I tilt the jar sort of on its side like this. I take my needle full of inoculum and I point it like this. So when I squirt in my liquid, it actually is cascading down this wall of the jar. I don't shoot it out into the middle of the grain. You can, and it's fine. But you're going to wait a while. It's going to take longer for you to visually see that this thing's colonizing. What we like, especially beginning, when you're just beginning and you really want to see what's going on, I like to see it cascade down my jar like this. Then I'm going to take, remember, I've got to label my jar, whatever it is that the strain is, and the date. We just inoculated with PE, and we did it on 8/4, right? Then I'll do this. I'll draw a little outline like that around where that liquid cascaded down the jar, and I might have just a small amount down here. I'll actually outline, and you can see it right after you've put it in, because these grains will be wetter than those. So I'll outline that like that. And then when I put my jars in my tent, my colonizing tent, I put them all to where it's pointing at me just like that. Not turned like this. I don't want to have to go in the tent and reach in there and turn it around and look at it. I don't want to touch it. I just want to open my tent and I want to see that. And once I do it, by about day 6 or 7, everything inside of this cascade marked area is starting to turn white. And then you know you're on the ball. You'll also, if it's a bad jar, for whatever reason, this whole little area right here will start turning green. So it's a very quick window into your jar's future. Okay? Does that make sense? You better make sense. So that's how we do a jar. Bags, pretty close to the same thing. A bag is a jar. A jar is a bag. Outgrow, do you remember what I just said? Make sure that when you receive your product that it's sealed. This is how you'll get a bag from Outgrow. It's already got an outside bag. He puts every single one of them in it. It's got an inside bag. At this point right here, you do not want to inoculate it yet. You want to do what we call prepare the bag. Now, right now there's no air in here, and you'll even see there's just a touch of moisture from when he last pressure cooked that. Okay? So here's what we'll do. You'll take this bag and you'll break this grain up. And it's a kind of a little bit of a pain right here. You got to spend a couple of minutes per bag. But you want to get all of that grain, get it out of that clump. I'm going to break that up. And the most important part is to get it out of the gussets that are in the corner. Sent to you, that's the place that it's going to have the wettest grains and the grains that are the least ready to inoculate. So get all of your grain out of those rabbit ear corners. And you're going to break this up. Do your best to keep your hands from touching or handling the filter area. Okay? But now that we've done this, we're going to just turn around and get all that moved right back down. And at the same time, you'll notice we put air in the chimney. I call this part of the bag the chimney. Okay? So now we've gone and we've got it all ready. And she's a little bit looser. And she's ready to inoculate. How do we inoculate this? We're going to do this right with you guys on Tuesday. We're going to do these right in front of you. But you're going to treat that as this bag doesn't come. Some bags do. They come with self-healing ports. The grain on this one is rye berry. Okay. What we're going to do is we'll inject right into this piece of tape that's on here, having another piece of tape standing by that will cover the injection hole the moment we pull it out. Okay? Remember that before you inject this, again, we're going to do this live, so you'll see, we're going to spray this area with ISO spray. Make sure that this area is clean. Make sure that our needle's clean. We're going to inject this, pull it out, and put tape on. This bag right here will start colonizing real quick. I'm going to show you guys a final trick for today on when I use bags like this. Think about this logically. If you have a ball of something, like that, or you have something that's like this, more flat pancake-ish, which one's going to colonize faster? Which one will the mycelium eat through and say, I'm ready to start fruiting faster? The ball or the pancake? The ball or the pancake? I'm waiting for some of you guys are answering. That's good. Think about it. Which one's going to colonize faster? In nature, you don't see balls nearly as often as you see pancakes. Thinner slices of mycelium versus chunks. See, we're the chunkies. We create the chunks. The answer is pancake all day long. Okay? And there's a fun trick that we use with this. Sandman's nailed it. It's flat. Now, in a jar, unfortunately, we don't have a choice. I have experimented with this. I have experimented with, I'll lay my jar on the side, so the grain, instead of being this tall and this wide, is only this tall and that wide, because it's laid on its side. It doesn't work as well in a jar because of the gas exchanges. The gas exchange, this right here, if you look at this bag is exactly the same thing as if we had a jar. Jar and a bag are the same thing. This is filled with grain up to here. It has a chimney and it has a filter. This is filled with grain. It has a chimney and it has a filter. They're exact same thing. Okay? Watch what we can do. I came up with this idea. You're creating more surface area, B. Hendricks. Watch this. Go to your mailbox or go to your post office. They give these boxes away for free. Okay? Those boxes that are the, what do they call it? Priority mailbox. See this box right here? Watch. I fit it right down in there like that. And I make sure my filter and my chimney are still good. This box just turned into a form, a mold, and an insulator. You can take boxes like this, filled with your guys, and stack them up side by side throughout your tent. Boop, 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 boop. Just like that. And every once in a while, you'll look at this, pull it out, and go, wow, that's all starting to colonize. I'm going to show you guys a video. That trick right there is going to make you guys millionaires. Not millionaires in terms of money. That trick right there is going to speed up your colonization. It's going to clean up your colonization. It's going to organize your colonization. There's all kinds of really neat tricks that we can do with that box and that bag. Watch this. Give me a second. There's bags. There's a shelf filled with bags, all colonizing. Okay? Imagine instead if that was just rows of boxes. I could probably get 3 times as much on that shelf using the same space, same heat, same everything, if I'd have just organized these inside of their slip boxes. That's what they look like after they've been colonized out of a box. A little flat pack. Okay? That's how easy it is. Look at that. A stack of them. Buying your own from Unicorn Bags, you want a one or a 2 pound bag. Now watch this. There's, the bigger box? This is going to be neat to show you. The bigger shipping box, the $15 one versus the $8 one? I found this out. Our little $8 boxes fit inside the $15 box. Okay? So I can take one $15 box and put a bunch of boxes in it, like it's a filing cabinet. And now all I have to do is pull that box out, and it's filled with all of these other boxes sitting there with my bags colonizing. So this big box is another way, like between these 2 big boxes, there's 12 bags sitting here colonizing. 6 in each box. Okay? So boop, 6, boop, another 6. Now watch this. No, Grady. Once we've used a bag, it's done. They cost less than $1 a piece. You don't want to reuse them. Now come on, I need 10 people to say that's cool AF. You guys just got some neat tech right there. That is cool AF, Pops. Yeah? So bags and jars. Bags, they have a real strong purpose and a place. Jars too. The best part about jars is we reuse them. So the recycle issues are a non-issue. But you will speed up your colonizing time, and you'll organize your colonizing time when you do something like this. Okay? So that's one of the reasons we're here, is to share and help each other in this way. Let me do one more. I'm going to do a spin. I'm going to give away another hat and another 8. And then we still have one more prize to give away at the very end of today. Okay? Free, it's total, it's total OCD kicking in. Can I tell you one more small advantage? Have any of you guys put this part together yet in your own head? What's the other advantage of doing it like this? Why would Pops want this box in the first place? Because if this was a fully colonized bag, and you were 3 days away, all I got to do is fold up the end, close the box up, and mail it to Alan. Boop. Already paid for. I mean, already the amount is paid. I can't send something for $8 a pound like that. Ready to ship. Off it goes to the next user. Let's be brilliant out of there. Let's be super smart. We're gonna do. Oh, let's do a spin. Let's give a hat away. Then we're gonna do a reading, and then we're gonna do one more giveaway. I've taken 2 people off so far. I'm not replacing them. That keeps the odds up. Kim is gone, and Free the Ancient One is gone. Here we go. Hat time. Michael Groove. Is Michael Groove here? Is Michael Groove here? Initiate fruiting in your bag. The way you do that is, I don't fruit in the bag. I break it to bulk. I don't like fruit bags. Is Michael Groove here? Is Michael Groove here? Michael Groove, are you around? I haven't seen him either. I haven't seen him. Michael Groove just said, hey, I'm right here. Don't get rid of me, you guys. Michael, you just won yourself a hat, pal. A hat and an 1/8 of Ghost. I hope you like it. And I need you to write to me at the DetroitMushLab.net. Send me your address and tell me what color do you want the text to be. It could be in black, white, or silver. And it's up to you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here, Michael Groove. You just won. We have one more giveaway. Don't go anywhere, please. I'm going to do a quick reading. Hope you guys have enjoyed today. I've had a great day. Anytime I can talk about mycology and I haven't spent the whole day lecturing you guys, that's a pretty good tea day. This one's only 2 small paragraphs long. Will you take a minute and get out of whatever headspace you're in and move into a headspace that says, we're going to get a spiritual lesson here. Take 5, no, I'm going to say 10 seconds. Reorganize your brain. Take a second off. Get ready. We're going to talk about the surface and the deep. It starts out, when under, remember the surface. When on the surface, remember the deep. Before I go any further, I'm reminded of people that die in rip currents. The phenomenon of a rip current. A rip current is where the sea is going out, but the air is blowing it back just as fast, if not faster. And it's only usually a small column. And the way to avoid a rip tide, most people they turn around and they swim like hell. They think they're going to escape it. You can't escape a rip tide except if you swim parallel to the shore. And it won't take long till you find you're out of that rip current because you've swam parallel. It's so foreign to the human brain to escape that way that we end up dying. And we're in our panic mode and we don't think. And instead of swimming parallel to the shore, we try to swim in and we're getting beat back and we're swimming in and it's good. And you die of drowning. It happens a lot. More than we think. I'm a big sports fan. There was one kid down in Florida not that long ago, a quarterback, NFL quarterback, backup quarterback. These guys are athletes in the primes of their lives. top level 1% of the planet in terms of physical fitness and mental soundness. And this guy got caught in a rip current, and instead of swimming parallel, he did what's normal. So keep that in mind. When our days are turbulent and troubled, our challenge is to remember that the wave is not the sea. Those individual waves, that's not the sea. That's why we call them waves. Though it pounds us, the pounding will pass. Though it tosses us about, the tossing will pass. If we don't fight it. We can swim parallel, or we can fight it. Often our fear misleads us to stay in close to shore, right in that rip current, when the safest place is in the deep, if we can get there. Any swimmer knows, stay too close to shore and you will be battered by the surf and the undertow, the rip currents. We must swim out past the breakers or parallel to them if we are to know the hammock of the deep. Staying on land or being in water, it's the same. It is the in-between that kills. I would you are hot or cold, but that you are lukewarm, I spit you out of my mouth. Let's do our final giveaway of today. We're going to do a true false. Okay? We're going to do a true false. No, let's just do a number. It'll be faster and easier. We're going to do a number. Here we go. Numbers between 1 and 50. Pick 3 of them. The first person that I see on my screen that hasn't won this week and says the correct number will win this prize. You can say up to 3 numbers on your line at one time. If you haven't won this week, there's the answer right there, Healthy Green. Healthy Green didn't win. He was on the board, but he didn't win from the board, but he did win this way. Healthy Green. Healthy Green. 34. I saw that penny pack. You had a 34 too. Jesus Christ had a 34. There's 34s coming out everywhere. Healthy Green had the first 34. Healthy Green. Healthy Green, I need an address from you so I can send you a hat. But Pops, I thought I was going to get something different. Healthy Green, I want to send you a hat. I'm also going to be sending you. Everybody else got an 1/8 of Ghost. Healthy Green, how do I send you my address? Bro, it's at the DetroitMushLab.net. That's my website, and you can contact us through the website. Healthy Green, we're going to send you this. We're going to send this to you. Here we go. Whoops. A little more than one of the 8s everybody else got. There you go. Healthy Green, green me up with one of them addresses. So we should have 4 hats going out today and all kinds of other stuff. Jamie Kim, what is that? That is squat. Squat. It's a Melmac. It's a type of PE, actually. Okay? So, have a wonderful day. I expect 4 addresses in the mail. I'm going to be sending out 8s and squats and everything else. You guys have a beautiful, wonderful weekend. I'll see you here next week. Same mush time, same mush channel. And we will continue to talk about mycology and teach each other how to grow healthy medicine and do things like Niffer Mama's talking about. Give it away. Have a beautiful day, you guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being my friend. Billy D, and I Losty, and Mark Zamaron and Alan, and Satterwolf and Holly, and Cleany and Satter and I Losty, and Marky Z and V2G, and MVP and Benny Ben, and Sandy. Love you, bro. Healthy. Get me that address. Silly Gal D. Anderson, Mike Body Ball, Liddy Ladran. There's Jolie. I knew I'd find her here. City and Satter and CCS and Holly and RX. Oh, later. And Jonathan K. Oh, all the way. Billy D and Poncho. Thank you, Ponch. Nice to see you. Herbie and Alan and Grady and MVP and Apocalypse Now. Not later, now. SSW Custom Sewing. Jesus Christ, in Australia, you didn't talk much today. Jesus, you okay? Love you, bro. Rob Tur, I Losty, Mark Zamaron, Niffy, Mikey, Nerdy Skippy, Justiny, Danny, Jesus Christy, Michael Groovy, Healthy, Kimberly, DBSE, Paigey, Holly, DBSE, Jesus-y, Laura, E, Divine, E, Carlotta, Apocalypse, TBS Laddie, Kerry Crago, MDK, Daniel Cunningham, Carlotta, Benny Ben, Mikey, Holly, TBS, Curly, Brian, CCS, Vegas, Daniel, Kimberly, and the Laws. Pops, I got through it all. See you guys soon. Soon wouldn't be soon enough. Go be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Out.